Hi, I'm Travis Morche. I'm the nursery stock manager here at Colonial Gardens, and this is going to be my 19th year in the nursery business. I chose to work at Colonial Gardens because of the vision that is surrounding Colonial Gardens and with Tori Schwope. I really like the idea that we are all really interconnected and that how we grow our food and what we put into the earth and how we maintain it is a direct representative of how we're going to be in the future. I really always enjoyed working with plants. I got into planting like most people did in this industry at a rather young age, working with my parents and my grandparents, of course. I've been working in the service industry for many, many years. Before that, I started at age 13. And actually, I went into a garden center that was one of our local garden centers here in Kansas City on one of my days off and saw a help wanted sign. And at that point, I really wasn't happy with what I was doing at the time. And I thought that doing something that was a portion of my passion for a living actually really spoke to me. So I was 18 whenever I really got the call to want to work with plants and work in a garden center. It's kind of unfair to really ask me to choose a favorite plant, but I do like to plant different varieties of plants that have multi-seasonal interest. One of my personal favorites for the landscape is oak leaf hydrangeas. You have beautiful foliage to it throughout the spring, summer, and into fall. Turns a beautiful combination of fall colors, typically reds or pale purples for its fall color. Have beautiful blossoms that start off white and then fade to shades of either pink or pale reds. And the bark on them actually is really pretty in the wintertime landscape. They typically have an exfoliating or peeling habit to them, which actually is really effective for the wintertime landscape. Well, for planting a new tree in the lawn, it really just depends on the type of tree. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you that fall is going to be the best time really to put in a new tree. But once again, it really just depends on the tree. I have had luck personally planting some types of trees, flowering dogwoods, the southern types of magnolias, actually in the spring and late spring rather than in the fall. They tend to get established a little bit better, and if you water them correctly throughout the summertime, it does not tend to hurt them at all. If you're talking about putting in a large balled and burlapped specimen evergreen, or for putting in a screen of evergreens, I typically like to do that usually middle of March to the end of March. Really tends to be the best time for them to get the best established and to really get going their absolute best. Well, there's a lot of really good tree charities out there. One that I think that most people should really think about contributing to, honestly, would be the Missouri Conservation. Is a fantastic, really great organization. They actually do a lot for controlling invasive species in our state. One of their campaigns that I really like is Stop the Spread, which focuses on eradicating the Callery pear or the Bradford pear. They have really gotten out of hand. They have started cross-pollinating with each other, and once what was a sterile tree is now incredibly invasive, and they're starting to pop up all over in barren lands and tracts of land all over Missouri. And they're crowding out a lot of our native species. And the problem with it is that they really don't provide a lot of nutrition for our animals. It doesn't really do a whole lot for any beneficial insects or beneficial animals. So getting that out of Missouri and getting that under control, I think, is one of the most important things that we can do right now.